Student and Parent Rights in Special Education by Acacia Hunter, Samantha Beckham, Nisha Ruiz-Anderson, Amber Urban, and Nicole Yono. Our objective. The purpose of this presentation is to shed light on the rights regarding you as a parent and your child in special education. This is important because knowing your rights helps you support and guide your child for a proper and successful education. Be the best advocate you can be. Do you know the rights of your child when it comes to special education? Research says the procedural safeguards are written at a higher reading level than recommended, overall affecting parents' ability to make informed decisions for their child. 4% to 8% of the procedural safeguards documents are at or below the recommended 7th to 8th grade reading level. More than 50% of the documents were written at the college level or higher. 90% of parents' rights documents are above the 7th to 8th grade reading level. For more information, go to our Parents' Rights in Special Education and Readability of Procedural Safeguards. Take a moment to read this. Is this understandable? Now let's take a look at this. Is this easier to understand? Because the original document is so hard to read, here is a website below that we have found that breaks down you and your child's rights to parent-friendly terms that will allow you to be the best advocate for your child. Safeguard number 1, access to additional educational records, states that you have the right to see, make copies of, and get an explanation of your child's educational records. The Family Educational Rights and Privacy Act, or FERPA, is one law that protects these rights. Safeguard number 2. Independent Educational Education, or IEE, states that you have the right to get an IEE, an evaluation of your child's skills and needs, by someone who is not a school employee. The school must consider the results of the IEE. However, the school is not required to accept the findings. Safeguard number 3. Parent participation states that you have the legal right to participate in meetings about your child's education, including IEP meetings. Safeguard number 4. Prior written notice states that the school must give you written notice whenever it wants to add, change, or deny services to your child. Safeguard number 5. Procedural safeguards notice states that the school must provide you with a written explanation of all procedural safeguards you have under federal and state law. Safeguard number 6. Understandable language states that language for notice and consent must be understandable to the general public and in your native language, including Braille. Safeguard number 7. Confidentiality of information states that the school must protect your child's confidentiality. This includes personal information such as your child's name, address, social security number, and other personal details. There are some exceptions though. FERPA outlines these. Safeguard number 8. Informed consent or parental consent states that before conducting an evaluation or providing special education services, the school must inform you of what's involved. You have to give your permission in writing before the school can move forward. Safeguard number 9. Stay put rights can refer you to the location or to services outlined in his or her IEP. If you disagree with the proposed change to your child's placement, the stay put provision allows your child to stay where he or she is while you and the school go through the dispute resolution process. Safeguard number 10. Due process states that if you have a dispute with the school about your child's special education, you can use what's called due process. This is a formal way of resolving disagreements between parents and schools. You have to file a written complaint to begin this process. The complaint can involve any aspect of your school is handling your child's education. If you believe the school's actions violates IDEA within 15 days of the parent filing a due process complaint, the school must hold a meeting, called a resolution session, to work on resolving the disagreement. After the resolution session, you attend a due process hearing. The hearing is like a courtroom trial. You and the school will present arguments and evidence to an administrative law judge or impartial hearing officer. Safeguard number 11. Civil action states that if you're unhappy with the results of due process hearing, you can file a civil lawsuit. Safeguard number 12. Mediation. Mediation is an alternative to due process. A mediator, neutral third party, helps you and the school try to resolve a dispute. Safeguard number 13. Reimbursement of attorney's fees states that a judge hearing officer can order a school to pay for attorney fees if you win a due process hearing or civil action. Safeguard number 14. State level appeal states that some states' parents have the right to appeal the results of due process hearing to the State Department of Education. Safeguard number 15. State complaint states that you can have a written complaint to an official state agency if a school violates federal or state education law. Sometimes advocates can write these complaints for you. What are your rights and your students' rights through each process of special education? Safeguard number 7, confidentiality information. Now we're going to take a moment to clarify what confidential rights you and your child have. You can do this by clicking the link here below and watching a quick video. Child find. Schools must regularly conduct child find activities to identify, locate, and evaluate children with delays or disabilities who need early interventions or special education. Screening process must be completed by school district within 45 days of referral. If a concern is identified through the screening procedures or through a review of records, the school is required to notify you of the concern within 10 school days and inform you of their plans and procedures to follow up the student's needs. Eligibility determination. If you disagree with an evaluation obtained by the school, you have the right to request an IEE. As an equal member of the IEP team, you have the right and responsibility to be involved in all meetings regarding the process of identification, evaluation, and placement. IDEA states that the maximum extent appropriate children with disabilities should be educated with children without disabilities. IEP must be reviewed at least once a year. Discipline procedures. If your child violates a school code of student conduct, your child may not be suspended for more than 10 school days. If they are suspended for more than 10 school days, The school district must provide services. The formal dispute resolution process. Mediation is a less conflicting, voluntary, no-cost approach to dispute resolution, a process initiated by contacting the ADE/ESS Dispute Resolution Unit, and a procedure facilitated by a trained, objective third party will assist all parties to come to a mutually agreeable solution. State complaint is a formal ADE/ESS investigation of the issue, a process that requires a signed written complaint, including required information, be sent to the ADE/ESS Dispute Resolution Unit, and involves an ADE/ESS complaint investigator who has 60 days to examine the alleged violations and issue a letter of findings. Lastly, due process is the most formal of the dispute resolution options. You, the school district, or an attorney of either party must submit a signed written request for special education due process hearing to the ADE/ESS Dispute Resolution Unit, and the request must be forwarded to the Arizona Office of Administrative Hearing and assigned to an administrative law judge who will manage the case, conduct the hearing, and decide the case within 75 days, 30 days for resolution period, and 45 days of hearing decision. Community resources. This website below contains ways to help parents understand and gain more knowledge, allows workspace for parents to meet and gain perspective. They also send out newsletters with hot topics and events that are going on in your area. Please click the link below for the Center for Parent Information and Resources. If you need additional help understanding procedural safeguards, here are 2 agencies that you can contact that are located in Arizona. The first one, Parent Training Information Center for Raising Special Kids, and the second one, Protection and Advocacy Agency, Arizona Center for Disability Law. They are both located in downtown Phoenix. Please click the link below and leave us your feedback. Thank you.